Who was Margaret Thatcher? The Iron Lady who transformed Britain? A ruthless politician who divided a nation? In this video, we delve into the life and legacy of this controversial figure. We'll explore her rise from grocer's daughter to Prime Minister, her economic policies, her role in the Falklands War, and the ongoing debate surrounding her impact on Britain. Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady of British politics. Margaret Thatcher, born Margaret Hilda Roberts on October 13, 1925, in Grantham, Lincolnshire, England, is one of the most iconic and controversial figures in modern British history. As the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, her leadership, policies and ideology left an indelible mark on the country and earned her the moniker the Iron Lady. Thatcher's tenure as Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990 was characterized by significant economic reforms, a strong stance against the Soviet Union, and a transformative impact on British society. Growing up as the daughter of a grocer and a local politician, Thatcher was imbued with a strong work ethic and conservative values from an early age. She excelled academically, winning a scholarship to study chemistry at Somerville College, Oxford. Her time at Oxford not only honed her scientific skills, but also fueled her interest in politics, leading her to become president of the Oxford University Conservative Association. After graduating, Margaret Roberts worked briefly as a research chemist before turning her focus to law and politics. In 1951, she married Denis Thatcher, a successful businessman, and subsequently qualified as a barrister. Her political career began in earnest when she was elected as the Member of Parliament for Finchley in 1959. Thatcher quickly made her mark in the Conservative Party, serving in various junior ministerial positions and earning a reputation for her determination and intellect. Thatcher's rise within the Conservative Party culminated in her election as party leader in 1975, following the resignation of Edward Heath. Her leadership style was assertive and uncompromising, advocating for free market principles, deregulation, and a reduction in the power of trade unions. These ideas formed the cornerstone of what would later be known as Thatcherism. In 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the first woman to hold the office of Prime Minister in the United Kingdom, a historic achievement that shattered the political glass ceiling. Her initial years in office were marked by efforts to tackle the country's economic problems, which included high inflation, unemployment, and stagnation. Thatcher implemented a series of bold and often controversial policies aimed at revitalizing the British economy. One of her first major economic measures was the implementation of monetarist policies to control inflation. This involved reducing public spending, increasing interest rates, and cutting income tax rates. While these policies initially led to a deep recession and increased unemployment, Thatcher remained steadfast in her conviction that they were necessary to restore economic stability. Over time, the British economy began to recover and inflation was brought under control. Thatcher's government also embarked on a significant program of privatization, selling off state-owned industries such as British Telecom, British Gas, and British Airways. These moves were designed to reduce government intervention in the economy, promote competition, and encourage private investment. The privatization program was one of the defining features of Thatcher's tenure and contributed to the transformation of the British economy. Thatcher's tenure was also marked by her confrontations with the trade unions, which she viewed as overly powerful and obstructive to economic progress. The most notable of these confrontations was the miners' strike of 1984-1985, led by the National Union of Mine Workers, NUM, and its leader, Arthur Scargill. The strike, which lasted for nearly a year, was one of the most bitter and divisive industrial disputes in British history. Thatcher's government ultimately prevailed, leading to a significant decline in the power and influence of the trade unions. On the international stage, Thatcher was known for her strong stance against the Soviet Union and her close relationship with US President Ronald Reagan. Together, they formed a powerful partnership that played a key role in the final stages of the Cold War. Thatcher's uncompromising stance on defense and her support for the deployment of US cruise missiles in Britain demonstrated her commitment to standing up to Soviet aggression. One of Thatcher's most defining moments came in 1982 with the Falklands War. When Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands, a British territory in the South Atlantic, Thatcher responded decisively by sending a task force to retake the islands. The successful military campaign bolstered her popularity at home and reinforced her image as a strong and determined leader. Despite her successes, Thatcher's policies were not without controversy and opposition. Her economic reforms and confrontational style alienated many, leading to widespread protests and social unrest. The introduction of the community charge, commonly known as the poll tax, in 1989 was particularly unpopular and sparked large-scale demonstrations. The tax was seen as regressive and unfair, leading to significant public backlash. By the late 1980s, internal divisions within the Conservative Party began to emerge. Thatcher's uncompromising leadership style and her reluctance to embrace European integration led to growing dissent among her colleagues. In 1990, faced with mounting pressure and a leadership challenge from within her party, Thatcher resigned as Prime Minister and was succeeded by John Major. Thatcher's departure from office did not diminish her influence on British politics. Her legacy, often referred to as Thatcherism, continued to shape the Conservative Party and the broader political landscape for years to come. Her policies of deregulation, privatization, and free market economics have left a lasting impact on the British economy and society. After leaving office, Thatcher remained active in public life, giving speeches and writing her memoirs. She was elevated to the House of Lords as Baroness Thatcher of Kesteven in 1992, allowing her to continue participating in parliamentary debates. In her later years, she suffered from declining health and passed away on April 8, 2013, at the age of 87. Margaret Thatcher's legacy is a subject of ongoing debate and analysis. Admirers laud her for her resolute leadership, her role in revitalizing the British economy, and her contributions to the end of the Cold War. Critics, however, point to the social divisions and economic inequalities that they argue were exacerbated by her policies. Regardless of one's perspective, there is no denying that Thatcher was a transformative figure who reshaped British politics and left an indelible mark on the nation's history. In the annals of British history, Margaret Thatcher stands out as a pioneering leader whose impact continues to be felt to this day. Her tenure as Prime Minister was marked by bold and often controversial decisions that redefined the role of government and the economy in Britain. As the first woman to lead the country, she broke through gender barriers and demonstrated that leadership is defined not by gender, but by vision, determination, and the ability to effect change. Margaret Thatcher's legacy is complex and contested. Was she a visionary leader or an iron fist? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth explorations of historical figures.